Hello, everyone. It's Chris from Hope Club. I hope you're having a wonderful and fabulous day today. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a little bit of something. You know, the last few weeks, last little while, we've been talking about Moses, right? Moses had an interesting life, you know? And a lot of the things that happened to Moses were things that were very unexpected. I think we can all agree on that, right? You know, he started out, he was born, and you would expect from there, well, the expected way for his life to go, his mom and dad would raise him, they'd be all happy, and, all that sort of thing. But instead, he got raised by the Egyptian royal family. Well, from there, you would think, well, the way his life is going to go is he's going to become a prince. He's going to have power. Maybe one day he might even become king of all Egypt. But that's not what happened either. So, he found some of the Israelites, and they weren't, one of them was being oppressed, being hurt by one of the Egyptian people. And so he stopped that person, and you would think, okay, now we know which way his life is going to go. The Jewish people are going to appreciate what he's done for them, and this will be his destiny, But instead, they didn't appreciate what they did. They thought that maybe he was going to try and hurt them. So he ran away. He ran away from Egypt. He went to, live in the desert, and, things were starting to kind of go his way. He met the person who would become his wife. He became a shepherd, all of this. So you think, okay, now we know what Moses' life is going to be. He's going to be a shepherd. He's going to be a husband, a father. That's what his destiny is going to be. But then he meets God in the most unexpected ways with the burning bush, and he meets God, and God tells him, you need to go back and deliver my people Israel. So I guess he's not going to be a shepherd now. Now he's going to go and guide not sheep, but people. And so God leads him there, and you say, okay, this is his goal now. This is who Moses is. He's the guy who frees the Israelites. So, he goes, he and his brother Aaron perform these miracles. Eventually, Pharaoh says, okay, fine, you guys can get out of here. And, they go through the Red Sea kind of thing. And now they're in the desert. His whole goal was to lead these people then to the promised land. But guess what happens? Well, as they're going through the desert, eventually they come to the place where the promised land is, the place that God promised these people that they could go into, and God would look after them. Well, you guys probably remember we told the story before about Joshua, right? Well, how Joshua took the people into the promised land, right? Moses didn't, because these people, he went out, told some of the Israelites to go out, see what the promised land was like, and they saw giants and they saw all these things, and they were really scared. So instead of going in, they had to wander around the desert for another 40 years. So then leading them into the promised land no longer became what his expected thing was going to be either. So instead, he's like, okay, I'm going to lead the people of God, right? That's my goal. So he goes up a mountain. God gives him what we call the 10 Commandments. These were 10 really good, rules and laws that God had laid out to help us understand how to live life in a way that honors God. Now, we don't always follow all these things because we're imperfect human beings. We mess up, we make mistakes. But it was meant sort of as a standard to show us what a good and holy God looks for, and how we really don't actually measure up to that. But Jesus came that he could take our mistakes and give us the opportunity to connect with God the Father. So Moses gets all of these great laws and ideas from God, and he comes down the mountain thinking, great, I found my purpose. I've got these laws. I'm going to tell them all about it, how to live for God. It's going to be great. Well, he gets to the bottom of the hill, and what happens? Everybody's worshiping a cow. That's right, a cow. A golden cow. A golden baby cow, for that matter. A calf. Why? Well, Aaron says, well, you were up on the mountain for a long time. We thought, Maybe you died, maybe you went to sleep, maybe you decided to go on a vacation, maybe you signed up for NASA, you went to the moon, we haven't seen you, so we thought, I don't know, let's worship a cow, because that made sense to us. Well, of course, that was a ridiculous idea. So now Moses is going, I was supposed to lead these holy people, these people who are going to be faithful to God. And here they are throwing themselves away to worship a cow. Sometimes we think we know where our life is headed. I think that all of us had expectations of maybe the way that our lives would look last year in 2020, this year in 2021. But the reality is, it's looked really different. Sometimes it's been disappointing. We haven't been able to go see our friends and our family, maybe our grandma and grandpa, maybe our cousins, maybe our friends who live in different places and don't go to our school. Maybe there was some fun place that we wanted to go to. We were going to take a vacation somewhere, but we can't go there now because of travel restrictions and all kinds of confusing things that are going on, and it's disappointing. Just like Moses, so many times he thought his life was going in one direction, and it actually went in a different direction. But there's another way to look at what happened. You see, Moses' life kept going in different directions, but that doesn't mean that God wasn't using his life. In fact, at each stage, God was doing something special. When Moses didn't stay with his mom and his dad, it was because God was protecting him, keeping him safe in that basket going down the river, and then being raised in the royal family and trained to be smart, to have an education, to be a good leader one day. Then when he tried to defend the Israelite who was being hurt, it was a little glimpse of what God was going to do in his heart to give him a passion for the Jewish people and how to help them, how to protect them, and how to be their deliverer. When he went away from there, ran away, God used that to give him a wife, a family, and to grow him as a shepherd, leading sheep before he led people. Then he went and, well, you guys know the story. We just went through it all. God used him in each step of the way to carry out his will and purpose. And it wasn't always what Moses wanted or expected. And oftentimes it could be frustrating and disappointed because we don't know what's coming next and we can't control the people or circumstances around us. But what we can do is be obedient to God at each step of the way. So I want to encourage you right now. I want to give you some hope. And this is the hope I want to give you. That even when circumstances or people don't go the way or do the things that we want them to do, or maybe we feel like we can't even do the things we want to do. Maybe like we feel like we're trying really hard, but maybe we feel like we're not good enough. Don't worry about that. God loves you. And why do we have a Heart and Hope Club? Because God's love gives us hope. And God's love is going to lead you. Hang on to God. Trust in him, even when circumstances don't look like they're going your way. Maybe, just maybe, God is doing something behind the scenes that you can't see or preparing you for something that's going to happen one day. Praying for all of you guys. We love you and care about you so much. And we have exciting news. We've mentioned this in emails to your parents, but we want you to know this as well. Next week, not this week, but next Wednesday at 5:30 to 6:30, we're going to be doing Hope Club, drumroll please, in person again. That's right, you can come to the church, make sure your parents pre-register you, but come to the church and we're going to have fun, crafts, games, and a great Bible story. Anyways, we'll see you guys next time. And remember, why do we have a Heart and Hope Club? Because God's love gives us hope. Bye!